are back at the Riel Cup with Riel Deals versus Heathens. Looks like Riel Deals has ball control here, throwing a lot of balls, giving themselves just one remaining. Heathens recollecting all the balls.
Heathens definitely coming up, trying to command the board here. Looks like, ooh, number 10 on the Riel Deals, trying to make that catch. Again, he's had greedy fingers all day. Nice block there as Coach Riel brings it back into the court for them. Hey, the guy with the long hair. No, different long hair one. There's a couple of them. It's like, hey, you finally tied it back, but no. Oh. Hair hits count, so, it's something to be aware of.
Hair and clothes both count, yes.
That's why Josh Schmidt wears those tight little booty shorts. All right, going back to the game now. Heathens, they still have 6 players on the court. Looks like they're making the play call, and we have 3 balls on the court. Looks like right down the center it's going to be one of the Lins taking a shot at the guard for Riel Deals, number 42. Play call being made again. Heathens still with player burden and with ball burden right now. Follow-up shot as Kasperek takes it, but he does get hit out.
Heathens with the player advantage here. So they will still have burden even though they threw one, but the burden clock did reset.
Mm-hmm. Just sending that one over, that's going to give them 4 balls now. So burden goes back to the side of Riel Deals. They only have 3 players left on the court. We are still in the first set going on right now. Return fire from Lins. No.
From somebody. Heathens only choosing to throw one, so that's going to give Riel Deals 4 balls, but still down 1 player, and that is a good catch followed by an out.
Yeah, Piche did great on that one.
And
it's going to bring Kasperek back in.
That'll conclude that match.
Oh, and it was a Lins. I was right. There's like 3 or 4 of them that just kind of show up at all times. So
the numbers on the front of their jerseys are real little from where we're sitting too. We'll figure it out.
You can always tell if it's a Lins by their shoes. They've got the drip.
They've got the funky ones.
Yeah, they've got drip. All right, coming up for the opening rush now. First point scored on the board for the Heathens right through the center of Riel Deals. They managed to sweep the ball back, though, so it's going to give them burden with 4. Play called made as they come up to the line. And just 1 ball being sent over. Return fire for Heathens. Need to come up to the center as Lins takes the shot. Block from the player on Riel Deals.
Got some little jumps going on over there. I like the play style.
They're getting zippy. They're getting a little bit more comfortable on the court, so it's nice to see that. And hit down as he walks off as number 13. And he tries to go for a catch. Unfortunately, doesn't quite make it. That's number 25 on the Riel Deals in the jersey there. Again, a lot of borrowed jerseys for that team, so not all the names are going to be correct. So we're still working on that one. Looks like going for a catch there, and that was Zeller.
I think if I was Zeller in that situation, I would have just tried to get out of the way.
And if there is one at the attack line, the player in the wing there grabs it for his teammate. I don't think he realized he was behind him, so he screened him a little bit while he was grabbing it. Great job for Coach Riel there, sweeping the balls for his team.
It's great that he gets to be here for this match this time.
Yes, it is nice to see that. He does play for the team Zeal, so he has a nice break now.
We'll see him actually, I think, on the next matchup here right on this court.
Oh, well.
From the sideline to the court.
That's nice. He's been on camera a bunch already. So.
And there's his team with 4 balls.
Taking the shot at Lins. Lins does manage to stay in. He blocks both of those shots, managing to gain 2 balls. So that's going to be 4 for Heathens. They're going to send 1 straight over right in the knees as he jumps up, taking it down to just 2 players now for Riel Deals. Heathens trying to close this set out. 5 minutes left in this half. 4 balls in hand. It's going to be Riel Deals with the throw. Lynn's managing to block both of those shots.
Looks like both teams trying to get the balls here from the Shaggers. Can't quite reach back there. Again, that's that hard thing of trying to have your ball retrievers pass you the ball from the back of the court. Takes you away from the game. You also can't always tell exactly how far away you are, but you don't want to turn your eyes away.
Nice big block up in the air, but he was too close to the attack line, or the center line, I should say, so it does go back over to the side of the Heathens. That's going to give them that ball advantage because they do have the player numbers. Riel Deal, 4 balls in hand, coming up to take that shot. So close to the line, he lost his footing. That second one comes over, and he does block it, but he does finally get hit out. But players on the court, that second point now going over to the Heathen side. Currently, they are running the board.
We've got just under 4 minutes, too.
They're making them work for it, but definitely Riel Deals. The experience is showing on their side, although there are a lot of younger players on Heathens as well. There is that experience different, which I think is working for the Heathens team right now.
Absolutely. They look stronger in closing out the matches.
They definitely have a more coordinated opening rush, too. We're definitely seeing the pass back going. And a nice block there through the center, though. That's going to bring that ball over. They need to... I like how he tried to run up, but they remembered to reset. Oh, but that hit does connect. So it's going to be 5 players now for Heathens. Riel Deal still with their full 6 on the lineup. 4 players now coming in, and a catch, bringing that in clutch. Number 10 for the Riel Deals. Not sure which player that is because he's wearing a Royals jersey.
We did see him make a couple of catches earlier, too.
Yeah, he's been making a lot of clutch catches during this tournament. Definitely worth voting for. Have to go by number, but definitely number 10.
Speaking of voting.
Don't forget to get them in for your VC Apparel Player of the Game. Thank you for the sponsorship.
Those names should be coming up here shortly, too, on the screen for you.
Definitely taking notes as we watch this one, but we still got some time in this first half. So it's still anyone's game to vote for that player. And looks like Heathens down to 4 players now. Riel Deal still managing to keep their full lineup. They're doing an amazing job, but just tips off the corner of Pichet's hand there. And that's going to take out number 42. And then he's down. He brings himself up and kicks it back. And then catch made by Chung.
Chung, also another player that we've seen a lot of catches from here today. Looks like Heathens turns the tide here, too. We were just seeing Riel Deals up players a moment ago as well.
4 balls in hand now. Riel Deals with 3 players on the court. They do have that advantage going in between the Linz brothers. It doesn't connect, so it's going to put another ball in the hand of the Heathens side. They're going to have that player and ball advantage. So the shot clock counts down for their burden. Going for it. Block down floor into the player. He's still good.
Riel Deals definitely seems more confident throwing at players with a ball, which is very interesting to me. They really are trying to get behind that blocker rather than risk throwing a catch.
I think they're definitely trying to work on the drop shot more than anything when they do try to take that technical advantage on those shots. And they do manage to take out Zeller, though. He was going for a catch, so that's a great confidence boost there, although it does take out one of the Riel Deal players, so now we only have 2 left on the court. Linz with a nice big jump up in the air as he takes on that guard position. 4 balls in hand for Heathens, counting down the shot clock as they... Oh, nice honesty there. Did not realize that swept by him and took him out, but great to see it. Heathens still with 3 players left on the court, making that play call. Burden to throw, though, for Riel Deals. Just sending the one over, manages to get out of the way on that shot from Linz.
Only 20 seconds left here until we go into no blocking.
Going again for Linz, and then cross-court shot, blocks, brings it up over close to the head, but it gets out of the way. He still has to throw. The 1 player left on the Riel Deals team did have that burden, but Chung comes in right to that center line and Nails it. So now we're going to go into that no blocking round as they reset the balls. Love that communication you had with the ref to confirm with them too.
Chung knew there too that even if he were to get hit on that exchange, he was still going to be all right because he still had teammates left on the court too.
Exactly.
So that was a great, well thought out decision there from Chung.
Love the strat. Strut that strategy.
Strut that strat.
There you go. Thank you. I was setting you up for that one. I love that. Thank you. Oh.
Just missed that catch there by number 10.
Yeah, Casper does get hit out. He kind of double checking, contemplating his life choices, and then walks off. As we are in no block, so I think this is gonna be a little bit of a crutch for the Riel Deals team, just because again a lot of the players newer to competitive, so it's easy to forget sometimes. But nice big catch from, I know him, Hike away.
We just had a big rip as well from Riel Deals, and number 4 over on Heathens wasn't quite paying attention, almost got grazed there, manages to stay alive.
Ooh, doesn't expect that one though. And that was number 24 for the Riel Deals, I believe. And no, sorry, Heathens. We see Marco Blanzia on the court. Haven't seen him in a while, so welcome back, Marco. Ooh, Casper getting out of the way of that one. Just the one player left now for Riel Deals. While they are in no block, gets out of the way off of that shot from Blanzia. Casper with the catch, though.
Great effort by number 153 over there. Well, one of the 153s on Riel Deals. Still gaining some experience against some of these other slightly more seasoned players, shall we say.
This is a great way to get experience, too, especially in these competitive games. Spending the whole day, you get to learn from a lot of different players versus, you know, you play on the Thursday and then you have a week off, you forget everything, then you come back, play somebody else, so you forget about the other teams. So, you know, absorbing a lot of knowledge like that at once is kind of a nice thing. You see the ref telling them to hustle it up for the Riel Deals, though.
I think especially as we're seeing some of these younger players that are getting new into the adult leagues and tournaments, they're going to start facing different players that have different play styles. That's definitely one of the things that helped me grow personally as a player the most, was traveling, seeing new people, seeing different play styles. And
they are off.
Here we go.
All right, there's that opening rush again with just a slide back, and they send a 1-2. A ball goes over back into the court for the Heathens now. Play call being made. Going for that catch doesn't connect. Again, goes back over to the side of the Heathens, but they had 4 balls, so Riel Deals forced to throw, just sending one over. They still have the full lineup of 6 for Heathens. Play call being made. And a nice, I can't tell if that was the block or he just managed to get out of the way, but either way, that's going to give the advantage now to Riel Deals, and they managed to get out of the way just at the last moment now. 5 balls in hand, burden to throw as they talk that strategy. Blanzia coming up to the line, but you know what? He baited them into sending 2.
Absolutely. Riel Deals still has ball control, but that definitely helped on defense for them to have an extra ball over here.
Casper or Hikeaway coming up early looked like he was trying to take a counter as they were getting ready to release.
It looks like we have a line violation at the back.
Sure did. Thank you, Brillinger. All right, play call being made now by the center player for Heathens, number 24.
Heathens looking pretty comfortable over here with just under 6 minutes left on the clock.
Bit of a wide shot there from Kasparek, going for the wing player on the opposite side. Cross-court shot from almost the back line there. Right up into the commentary booth.
I should have caught that. Oh well.
You know what? You think equipment and you think block more than catch. So always be defensive when doing commentary. You're fine. All right, coming up to the line now, 4 balls in hand. They need to take the shot. Chung blocks both of them down. One rolls back over to the Riel Deals side. That's going to put 4 balls in hand. Riel Deals need to take that shot. The clock is counting down for their burden. And Chung with a block. The second one goes into his foot, though. I got to say, I love, I'm not sure if Giron is the coach. Yes, he is. But the flat cap and the jacket is just total coach energy on the side there.
Oh, absolutely. I want
so
that
colorful.
jacket.
Like the flat cap just screams coach. So shout out to
ready.
Steve Giron style. All right, Riel Deal's coming up, ready to take the shot, going for it.
Interesting that he's got both balls in hand, leaving his teammate solo. I wonder if he thought for a minute there that he was on his own.
I think he might have, but also the communication there with Piché. You know, Warwick and Piché, they've played together before, so I think he knew that he could try and take that advantage and bait those balls, and Piché is great at catching.
Gotcha. It's the shoes, right?
Yeah. Piché's got some of that drip.
I think that ball's going to roll over, yeah?
Yeah, unfortunately, it is still inbounds. It's going to go back over to Riel Deals. Piché dropped his ball to go for a catch and loses control of it. We do have the ball retriever in the back trying to make sure she manages all of them. He comes up to the line again. Warwick goes for it, and it does connect. Going a little bit wide as he tries to get that one for the player on Riel Deals. They're definitely taking a couple adventurous shots, adventurous throws, I want to say. Down to a 2v2 situation right now. Burden's going to be on the Heathens to throw. Piché makes that call, goes for it, blocks it down.
I'm really intrigued by this strategy. I know you mentioned that they played together, so we see now that Warwick is still pressing up way higher than Piché. Piché taking that shot, connecting on top of his head.
He knows how to stay at the back line and get that counter.
Yeah. But that's a really interesting strategy, going up that high and leaving Piché back on the line alone. It makes you more vulnerable, but it seems like that was their preference. It's
Warwick
really
does get hit out, and it looks like it's just Piché up against the player from Riel Deals. Piché down and blocks. You know, I think part of the reason why he's staying at that back line to make him work for it is the amount of heave that you have to put in your throw. Piché doesn't make the catch, though. It's going to be the first point on the board for Riel Deals, but I think staying at the back line, forcing them to come up and throw or stay in their comfort zone and throw is trying to tire out their arms.
Yeah, that is very possible, very true.
I think that could definitely be an interesting strategic move for them. Also, again, make sure to get your votes in for those player of the game. As they line up, we've got 2 minutes left now. Riel Deals with their first point on the board. Oh, there we go. Heikaway got it as he just kind of a interesting slide back. That ball almost losing grip of the Heathens side, though they only have one ball in hand as Blanzia is center, and Blanzia gave it away, and everyone's like, you butt-face.
All right, let's see if Riel can go ahead and punish them for that choice.
Full send with a full 6, and they hit out Blanzia, so that's karma coming back on him. Not to mention that other ball came back. Casper going for a catch, doesn't connect. Riel Deals with the burden. And I think Blanzia is going to be fired. Chung getting out of the way of that 1-2 shot. That's going to give Burden finally over to the Heathen side. Riel Deals managing to keep their lineup of 6, slowly pecking away at the Heathens team. But that shot from Chung takes out the first player on Riel Deals. That's going to leave their lineup at 5 now. Referee counting down the shot clock. Players on court, Burden to throw was on there, but Heikaway takes the preemptive throw as they were coming up to the line. Still Burden to throw with players and balls for Riel Deals. And that's a 1-2 exchange. That was textbook clean too.
Warwick looking to get aggressive there and then realizing the time and sees that he doesn't need to push up.
Yeah, 43 seconds left on the clock. It does close up the point gap just a little bit, so it will matter in the standings. So I think Heathens probably just want to play it safe as they go into the last no block with 30 seconds to go.
Absolutely, trying to keep as many players in as possible.
Warwick with a nice little spin throw there.
Ballerina.
Had some flair to it.
He's trying to make it a little more fun.
Ooh. Nice big block up, but not worthy of a team catch. They stay up because they want to make sure no one gets distracted on a counter shot. They want to keep their players in, and Chung with a big catch, bringing in Blanzia. Warwick doesn't quite make the block on that one, but they do an exchange for number 25. He gets taken out. It's just the one player, number 42, left on the court for the Riel Deals as they reset going into the no block.
That would have been a great buzzer beater had that last ball connected, but no such luck on that one. And that will conclude that point, making this one 5-1 for Heathens. Up next we'll have Zeal versus Tempest on this court as we are slowly winding down and soon to conclude round robin. So stay tuned for some more dodgeball. We'll be back in a few.